What up, everybody? Welcome to Bro Football Focus, episode 62, my lucky number, the Jason Kelsey episode. With me, as always, is Jake.
Hello.
And a sad, slinged up Austin.
I'm not sad, dude. I'm doing the best.
I still give the wave.
Well, we'll get to the sadness, but before we talk about that, let's talk about the playoff matchups that were not the Bills and Chiefs, because obviously we have to save that for last. So, do we know how we were predictions-wise?
We were not good, I don't think, because I think.
Let me pull this up really quick, actually. It'll take just a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Someone can fill.
I know that I said that the Rams were going to win, and they sure did.
I might have said the Rams.
Yeah. All I know is a lot of butt clenchers. Each one of these games, it was like down to the wire. It was a walk-off winner in each game. They were all pretty good. The Sunday games were like, if you thought the Saturday games were good, Sunday came around and you got your dick blown off. They were crazy. The Bills Chiefs game might literally be like the best playoff football game of all time.
Yeah.
Because it was nuts. But
definitely the best game I've ever watched.
Yeah. So what was first here? Bengals Titans?
Yeah.
So Derrick Henry comes back. Is he a little rusty? What happened there? I'm hearing people say they should have put Donta Foreman in.
Derrick Henry looked all right, but he definitely was not healthy. And when Donta Foreman broke off like a pretty big run, like he looked like Derrick Henry on one of the runs he ripped off. It was like 50, 60 yards. So I don't think their run game was doing good. Henry was still falling forward for like 8-9 yards sometimes, like at the end of the game. But it's just Ryan Tannehill, dude, is not the guy.
You're high on Tannehill.
I'm not anymore. Like I was high on him when he was on fire last year in his play. Like he'd play action, AJ Brown would be wide open, easy completion. He'd play action, AJ Brown's not open, he scrambles for 15 yards. This year, for some reason, it's just not there. I think AJ Brown's been banged up too, but
yeah,
like maybe Julio getting in there trying to play, and he's been hurt all season, so they have no chemistry. Like, I don't know. And then outside of those two, they got no wide receivers, like besides Nick Westbrook-Ikhine or whatever.
You don't think it's just Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase being big old gamers?
I mean, they're good, but they scored 19 points. Like the Titans could have definitely, like you only scored 16 points in a fucking playoff game. I understand the 49ers Packers game being low scoring because of the weather. But it's like where they were in Tennessee, it was not that bad. Like I don't get how the Titans lost that one, but I just like watching Joe Burrow. It's unbelievable that this is his second year.
Yeah.
And he's already like, I'd say he's probably a top 6 quarterback, maybe.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
Like he's one of the elite quarterbacks. He's thrown for 300 something yards a game pretty much. And then like him and Jamar Chase are just on the fucking same exact page all the time because they played in college together. It's such a good combination.
All right. I don't know if Joe Burrow's top 6 because
our picks are below those now.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know that the Titans are like a stellar defense. I'd like to see what happens if Joe Burrow were to play like the Rams or the Niners.
Yeah.
Now, I will say,
yeah,
Austin, you couldn't have been more spot on because I still think even with the loss, Jeffrey Simmons X factor. That dude was playing out of his mind, dude.
You can't be the X factor if you lost.
I mean,
but he still was an X factor.
He was the guy.
He was tearing shit up.
But that's another thing. Like Hunter was just saying, if they were to play the Rams, imagine Aaron Donald against the Bengals O-line. Like Jeffrey Simmons looked like Bruce Smith. Like fucking
Aaron Donald and Von Miller are going to be feasting on the Bengals O-line if that were to happen.
We should figure out how many sacks the Titans had because they had.
It was 8 or 9.
It was almost, it might have been 10 by the end of the game. Like they were going crazy.
It was pretty nuts. But yeah, looking at these picks, we all picked the Titans except for Jake, who chose the Bengals and said Jamar Chase was going to be the X factor, which Jamar Chase had a few big plays. I think Joe Burrow was probably the X factor, though.
I agree. I agree.
Joe Mixon looked pretty good too. He had some clutch runs.
He looked better than normal.
Yeah.
Like I think that game is how they intended him to be, like as soon as they picked him up.
No, Joe Mixon's my guy, dude. He knocks out the competition.
Yeah, he fucking hits him with the hard right.
Yeah.
But Joe Mixon, he's one of the deadliest running backs left over, if not the best one in the playoffs at this point. Left over.
Maybe so. Going on to Niners Packers, I think that was obviously a surprise to a lot of people. We all picked the Packers.
Yeah.
I think all of us are in the opinion that Jimmy G is handsome, but he's a pants pooper. Turns out,
who is this now? Who's the pants
Jimmy
pooper?
G.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying, turns out when you look at it, like when the dude's healthy, he can win you a playoff game.
I think he is just like, he's just like the middle gear in a bunch of gears in an offense where like he doesn't really have to do anything crazy, but fucking Deebo Samuel, dude.
Yeah, like I could throw a screen to Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, some of these like, dude, Deebo is the most versatile weapon I've ever seen, I think, in like the past 10 years. Like jet sweeps, running out of the backfield. He's running like Marshawn Lynch. He's fucking bleeding. He's hurt. He gets back in the game, keeps playing, catching passes. Like he's so impactful.
Yeah.
But if you take him away, like what is their offense beside? Like they also have Juszczyk, Williams, Kittle. Like Jimmy G doesn't really have to do a whole lot. He just has to hand the ball off and not throw picks.
Yeah, which he throws a lot of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so a lot of fallout from this game. I don't think a lot of people, including Aaron Rodgers, thought that the Packers were going to lose here.
Yeah.
Same thing with Brady. There's a lot of talk right now about, is Aaron Rodgers done? Blah, blah, blah.
It was like before this outlet.
Well, the first drive of the game, Aaron Rodgers was on fire, and him and Devontae, like Devontae caught like 5 passes maybe in a row or something like that, and they went right down the field and scored. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna be an ass whooping. And then all of a sudden the Niners defense just fucking shut them out the rest of the game.
It was their line, dude. Like once they kept getting more and more and more and more and more pressure on Aaron Rodgers until literally the very fucking end.
Yeah.
Like I think most of his what would be considered sacks, like tackle for loss, were towards the end of the game. Yeah. And it's funny because all the commentators were like, as they still were in the lead, they're like, this is what Aaron Rodgers wants to be in. He has an advantage when it's cold, which, especially when playing the 49ers, like, yeah, you probably do a bit, but it's not like he's fucking Iceman and like the snow makes me more powerful. Like, no, it still slows him down. Like, then they're just like acting like this is what an ideal situation that Aaron Rodgers probably asked for was this shitty weather and snow. Like, no.
Well, yeah,
I could see that if you're playing like the fucking Falcons or like a finesse team, but you're playing the 49ers who are going to pound you in the ass for 60 minutes.
There was a stat that said like Jimmy G has never started a game that was below like 40 degrees or something like that. And I think it was 13 for that game.
Yeah.
But
and at one point they said feels like 0.
Oh yeah.
So it was like definitely below 0 at some point.
Another thing that I thought was cool, I don't know if it was 3 or 4, but the last 3 or 4 times the Packers have been eliminated from the playoffs, it was by the 49ers.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't know that.
Aaron Rodgers like grew up a 49ers fan, was mad that they took Alex Smith over him in the draft. And then he went on to never beat them in the playoffs.
So do you think he is cutting the corners or whatever?
He's probably choking. I don't know. I don't know if it's a mental
out of like pure like starstruck. Is like, oh my God, I'm playing the 49ers, my favorite team.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it might have some kind of mental thing on them because there's no reason they should have only scored 10 points.
No.
But
Yeah,
it
they
was
should
the weather,
much,
and
much better.
it didn't really seem like a lot of people were clicking. But
Yeah,
the run game kind of was getting shut down, and Fred Warner is just unbelievable.
He's good. I hope. I mean, next week is going to be good. Like Niners Rams, that's a good non-playoff game.
Yeah,
it's always a good game.
Mhm.
I believe the Niners beat them in the regular season, right?
Twice, possibly.
Yeah, they definitely played. I remember watching a game where the Niners just kind of physical the shit out of the Rams.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you play again, we'll see what happens. The Rams are a tough team.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there.
I really don't think most of the country will care about 49ers Rams because it's just two California teams.
Oh, I think they will a lot. I think the Rams and the Niners.
I mean, everyone will enjoy it and watch it. It'll be fun. But I don't think anyone. I don't think anybody past Mississippi is going to be like, oh God, who's going to win? Except for maybe Bob.
I feel like the 49ers have to be like top 5 fan base size in the NFL.
No way.
They believe it or not, that game I was referencing, the 49ers played the Rams in LA, and there was more 49ers fans in this. The whole stadium was 49ers fans. Because think about the LA Rams are only like a year or two old, and their fan base is all in St. Louis.
Jake, Niners are huge, dude. They have like 2 of the best quarterbacks of all time.
So this is as of September 2021, and this is based off of Facebook like fans or whatever. Like someone went on and said, "I'm a fan of these teams."
What's one? Cowboys.
Cowboys by far number 1. Ooh, do you guys want to just guess and then I'll tell you?
Steelers.
Patriots. Steelers number 3.
Okay.
4. Yes. Packers.
Okay.
Then it goes Broncos at 5.
Broncos
at 5. 6 is Saints. 7 is 49ers, tied with the Seahawks.
That's so weird that the Saints are so popular because I'm pretty sure they were like a dog shit franchise before they started winning a few years ago.
They were dog shit until after Hurricane Katrina when Sean Payton and Drew Brees turned it around.
Yeah.
So after the Seahawks and 49ers tied at 7, then we go Giants, Bears, Raiders, Eagles, Ravens, Panthers, Dolphins, Colts, Texans, Vikings, Falcons, Chiefs, Washington football team, Lions, Jets, Chargers, Cardinals, Browns, Bengals, Bucks, Titans, this I don't believe, Bills, Rams, Jaguars. They're saying that the Bills are the third to smallest fan base. Like that can't be true.
I believe about that list are the number 1 and number 32.
Yeah.
See, I think that the sample size is what does it, is that they have the most fans that are on Facebook, which really says something. Cowboys are 1.
Yeah, I bet there's a ton of Jets fans that don't have Facebook.
Yeah, or I mean, like Bills fans, they're all just out getting hammered.
Bills
they
fans
don't have time for Facebook.
Facebook, dude.
I feel like there's a good amount of Bills fans.
Snap, but
there's not like some of these franchises have bandwagon fans. The Bills don't have bandwagon fans.
Bills are quality over quantity.
Yeah.
But either way,
an interesting stat.
Yeah, for sure. Sunday games where it really just fucking decided to turn up the heat. Rams, Buccaneers, kind of boring up until the second quarter. I believe the Rams had a huge lead, and then Tom Brady, it looked like he was coming back another 28-3 scenario or whatever.
Yeah. I kept tweeting like, "Oh, it's rigged! It's rigged!"
Like script. We all thought, but then Matty Stafford feels it in his bones. He's like, I'm in the playoffs for the first time in a while. I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah.
Gets him down there. He's calling them all down.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
Yeah. And, dude, Matt Stafford's the best at that because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes he'll just jump over the goal line, score a touchdown.
score the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good game. We'll again get to it later, but same thing with Aaron Rodgers. Of course, everybody now is saying, is Tom Brady done? Blah, 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 blah. And who knows? I personally don't know that I could see him going out on a sour note. But if he does lose some weapons in the offseason and one thing leads to another, I could see him just kind of hanging it up.
Or he finds a new passion.
Yeah. Well, because like you said,
Equestrian
if he's not playing at
polo.
the highest level he can, he's not going to do it. So,
And I mean, he probably hasn't frequented the Tampa Bay strip clubs as much as he could. So he's like, there's greener pastures for me out there.
yeah, 2001 Odyssey probably hasn't been there. Venus Mons probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
You could
No, I
throw
know
a
what
rock
you're talking
at a
about.
strip club in Tampa.
Well, yeah, that's all Tampa Bay is known for, and now a Super Bowl. But
Tom Brady could open his own strip club if he wants to.
Hey, they won
He would
Lord
make insane
Stanley's
amount of
Cup
money.
2 years in a row, I think.
oh wow, I didn't know that.
If you're a big hockey guy.
The Tampa Bay, what are they, Lightning?
Yeah, I believe they won
Yankees?
2 years in a row. Almost 3.
Nice.
Steve Stamkos, dude. Yanni Gord, you don't know?
I've had a few gourds in my life.
Hunter, do you know this? Because Jaguars fans are fans of the hockey team.
No, in Jacksonville, we have the Jacksonville Icemen. They're like the Otters equivalent, the
Yeah.
OHL, I think. But no, I downloaded like NHL one time, so I know a little bit about some hockey.
See, Hunter, maybe you could pitch Hunter Strip Club Minute, where you do a quick little inside look at local strip clubs to destigmatize, professional dancing as a career.
I would love that.
I do gotta say, the mashed potatoes here are next level.
No, see, partners would get bad reviews because there should be absolutely no scenario where you come out of your private dance, which was unsatisfactory, and you see your friend who you left alone watching a stripper eat mashed potatoes and tiny chopped up hot dogs.
That's a sad pick.
Oh wow,
That's just
hilarious.
not like, it's not sexy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Rams Bucks, good game, the precursor to possibly the best game of all time. Chiefs Bills. Austin, you just kind of want to take us through it, bud?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely one of the best games. It was definitely the best game I've ever watched. But
For
it
sure.
didn't
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like a crazy game until we got into the fourth quarter. Because at the end of the third, it was 21-20.
Just touching when you're on your way home.
The Chiefs were winning by 2 points. In the fourth quarter, that's when shit really broke loose. And it was just like
Literal barn burn.
like every time, like the Chiefs scored another field goal in the fourth quarter to go up 26-21. And Josh Allen like answers right back, scores a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes hits Tyreek Hill for a 64-yard touchdown. Josh Allen comes back, fires right back, Gabe Davis for another touchdown. And like we're up 36-33. And
Dude,
There was,
Dave,
yeah, Gabe Dave
out of this world, dude.
most touchdowns in a playoff game. That's kind of cool.
I love
He was
Gabe
off
Dave.
the wall.
I don't understand why we haven't used him all season. Like he had like 8 or 9 touchdowns last year. I drafted him in fantasy thinking he's going to be a beast this year. Then I fucking release him before he has this crazy game.
Yeah.
There was a point in the game, I think it was after the last touchdown that Josh Allen scored, because he obviously didn't get a chance to score another one because the overtime rules are how they are,
Yeah.
which we can
Yeah.
also talk about that. But there was a point, Josh Allen scores the touchdown and the camera just goes to him on the side. And
Yeah.
it just looks like he like just mainlined like a bunch of like black tar heroin or something.
Yeah.
he
He was just like the dude definitely took all the Viagra they were telling him to take.
He's just rock hard.
Juiced up. Like
He was locked in, dude.
Yeah, it was one of the scariest things I've ever seen on live TV, looking at Josh Allen's face there. It was real cool.
Was it at the
And
very, very end? I'm
It-
talking when he's after the official loss and he's just staring off
Oh,
into
no,
a world
no,
that's
I'm
1,000 miles away, just like.
No, I'm not talking about that.
And I'm like, oh my God, he literally died.
But
Like
I
the
will
soul left
say,
his body.
the Tyreek Hill touchdown that happened with like a minute and 2 seconds left, and he does the peace sign to the guy. Immediately, I texted the group and I was like, Tyreek selling with a minute left. It's not over. Bills are strong.
See,
Next
my
drive,
world.
Josh Allen, boom, Bills score.
When I started on Hulu, I was 5 minutes behind, didn't realize.
God,
So you're like,
that
oh,
stinks.
you're like, oh, he just cellied into space. And I'm like, I must not have seen it. He must like really cut. And then when he did that, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm behind. So I look and it's like, here's the live bar, here's my bar. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then my dad just calls me. I was like, I can't answer this. He knows. And I was like, fuck. Something happens. I was like, it's something happens. And then as everything went to like overtime, I was like, I know it. God damn it. I was like, my dad wouldn't be calling me if the Bills didn't fucking lose. It's like, motherfuckers. That whole time, I'm just like, I know it's going to happen.
What pisses me off the most is the Bills. Like this last year and this year, I had like such a special feeling about the team. Like, obviously, I've been high on Josh Allen this whole time. I took him real high in fantasy. I've always been talking about him on the podcast. He literally has the best postseason, like, of all time, like, in my eyes. Like, he's 14 touchdowns, like no interceptions or something like that. Had the highest passer rating ever in a single postseason game with a minimum of 50, or in a single postseason with a minimum of 50 attempts. And the two guys below him are Joe Montana and Bart Starr, and they both won the Super Bowls. So we literally had a Super Bowl offense that scored, what did we score? 36 points. 36 points. And we have the number one defense supposedly in the NFL. And we fucking lose in the divisional round, scoring 36 points with the number one ranked defense in the NFL. And it's like, what pisses me off the most is we play like Leslie Frazier, our defensive coordinator. He his whole mentality is bend but don't break. So like no big plays, two deep safeties, like cover 4, cover 3. Like we're playing not to give up the deep pass. Patrick Mahomes has such an easy time because we're rushing just 4 people the whole time. No one's getting pressure. He's fucking dinking and dunking, scrambling, running around, getting 15, 20 yards every time, sliding right down. And he scored every single time he had the fucking ball. And then there was a point where we had to punt, and it was like 4th and 1. And I'm like, we're fucking punting it right now. And I'm like, they have to go for it because they've scored every time. We punt it. He throws one pass. They're already where we punted it from. And then they score a touchdown. I'm like, oh my God.
So speaking of that last like 13 seconds Patrick Mahomes had, that 13 seconds was less time than Dak Prescott had on his last play where he just scrambles up and fucks it all up. I think he had 14 or 15. Patrick Mahomes goes literally the whole length of the field and is able to get the field goal.
This is what made me so mad at the end. First of all, we kick the ball off. We are currently winning 36-33. There's 13 seconds left. We kick it through the end zone for a touchback. No time goes off the clock. The returner was Pringle or somebody. Earlier in the game, we kicked it to Pringle. It took him 8 seconds on the return.
Pringle's fast.
I don't give a fuck about Pringle. We could tackle Pringle down. I don't care if it's Tyreek Hill. I'm kicking him the ball and making him take a couple seconds off the clock.
They probably had Pringle, Hardman, and the cheetah back there. You don't want that noise.
Listen, cheetah was not back
in the middle to where like skips to the back. You know?
Then this is what pisses me off. Like the very next play, and I have the screenshots of this all on Twitter because I was just so pissed. We play prevent defense, and we have both of our corners, and Tremaine Edmonds for some reason is 30 yards back in the middle of the field, and both our safeties are 30 yards back, and they're in the weirdest formation I've ever seen in my life. I'll see if I can pop it in the doc in a second.
It's like 10-yard cushions on receivers?
There's more than 10 yards though, and there's only 2 corners. So it's like, and there's 1, 2, 3, and Travis Kelce. So there's 4 receiver type players bunched in, and you have 2 boundary corners, and they're 30 yards off. So Tyreek Hill says, "Oh, throw me a fucking screen pass. I'm the fastest guy the NFL's ever seen." He goes all the way downfield in one play, and then the very next play, Travis Kelce said, "Oh, if they're running this bullshit defense, just throw me a little seam route right here. The seam's open." They literally have a mic'd up of him saying that. He fucking is wide open. Nobody's jamming him. No one's in front of him. It's you could throw this pass and make it, dude. And they're already in field goal range. And this is the number 1 defense in the NFL with the best defensive head coach, supposedly. And Leslie Frazier, who's a defensive coordinator, was on the 85 Bears and is getting head coach looks. And they're playing this dumbass coverage, and they can't stop a nosebleed the whole game.
Well, that and on top of everything is like you have less guys rushing on the line.
Yeah,
I've had a couple breakthroughs. Nothing crazy though. Your line isn't playing on your mind.
No.
Keep people back. Keep them deep. I get it, but sub out some fucking linemen for extra linebackers to cover that like flats and hook to curls, because it's not like the offensive linemen are going to be able to go out and block linebackers.
You might as well.
They have to pass. You
might as well have rushed 3 people or just ran 4 defensive ends the whole game so they could at least chase Patrick Mahomes down. But the thing that pisses me off the most is the off coverage. I would jam Tyreek Hill and jam Travis Kelce every play, even if I used a shitty player, and I would just double them every play. If it's the game, like,
I mean, throw a fucking Haas out there to jam. Like, anybody.
Use whoever.
They're literally just untouched like 15 yards. Like, hey, I'll get you a bonus 15 on the outside. It's running out of bounds, and you have 3 timeouts.
Because
it was so stupid.
If you jam someone, there's a possibility they don't get the ball. If you play 30 yards off, you can for sure get the ball in Tyreek Hill's hands, and he is the deadliest guy in the NFL with the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
And the Bills, who's our corner? Levi Wallace, undrafted player from Alabama, runs a 4.6, 4.7. He's not catching Tyreek Hill. Dane Jackson, 6th, 7th round pick out of Pitt.
Safety duo in the NFL.
It's nice to have safeties that make tackles 30 yards down the field because your corners are trash. Literally, I'm wearing my Tre'Davious White shirt right now. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. Trade.
Now, how do you think this plays out different if Tyrann Mathieu doesn't get injured?
It doesn't
plays out different.
I don't think it changes anything. I think if we had Tre'Davious White, that game is complete. I think we win by 2 or 3 scores. Because I think Tre'Davious White, every time we've played the Chiefs and he guards Tyreek Hill has not had a good game.
So you're saying Tre'Davious White significantly more impact player than Tyrann Mathieu?
He, for some reason, we decided we only need 1 cornerback in the league where it's the most prolific passing league of all time. And our number 1 rival who we lost to in the AFC Championship game is the Chiefs. So we decide we only need 1 corner. We have an X factor corner. We'll keep Levi slow as fuck. We'll keep Dane Jackson, 7th round pick, slow as fuck, and let them get picked apart because Trey goes down. So we have nobody now. We have 2 guys who can just sit in off coverage in a zone. You can't man them up because Tyreek can just zoom. Tyreek could backpedal past these guys. They're so slow. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, he's running.
So you're saying draft secondary. That's it. Are you going to be able to pay everybody else to come back?
Oh, everyone. I think the roster is like as locked down as it can. Like, we're set. We're going to come back next year and be just as good. Like, we have everyone on the same. Like, we need to resign Isaiah McKenzie, but he's going to be cheaper. Like, we got everyone locked down that we need, basically. But
what about Dion Dawkins?
We got Dion Dawkins. He's on a pretty lucrative contract for a while.
Nice.
But the most important thing is we have Josh Allen locked down for 10 years. So
Stephon Diggs, how much is in his contract left?
I'm not really sure what's going on with him, but honestly, he had like fucking 7 yards that whole game. So I don't really.
But I mean, still effective to get to the place they got.
But I think this upcoming offseason, I'm just going to skip ahead right here real quick to the top free agent cornerbacks available. J.C. Jackson, Stephon Gilmore, Carlton Davis, Darius Williams, Casey Hayward Jr. If I were the Bills, I don't care if I have to let Stephon Diggs go or let whoever go. I would honestly cut Star Lutulele because he's like one of our highest paid fucking players. He didn't do shit. But I would sign JC Jackson at all costs because
he's fucking nice.
I couldn't imagine him opposite of Trey White.
I don't think JC Jackson's going to hit the free agency.
I don't think
also Stephon Diggs' contract ends in March 2024.
2024.
JC Jackson is going to stay in New England and he's going to get
fucking nice
money than like the top 5 cornerbacks who get signed will.
He might. I don't know. I honestly don't know how that's going to pan out because how much cap room do the Patriots even have?
I don't know, but
that's down here later on. There's a big cap thing.
If there's a stud, like unless Bill Belichick identifies like, okay, this dude is on the decline, we can let him go. They don't let him.
No, I thought you were gonna say identify as a woman.
No, and I think JC's on the up and up.
JC reminds me of like how Devin McCourty, Bill Belichick has kept Devin McCourty around the entire fucking time.
But
10 plus years.
So I know the results of that game weren't what you wanted, Austin. But when I was watching it and whatnot, I was just thinking to myself, well, it wasn't this game when I was thinking this, but there's the Hall of Fame. There's the Hoff. I was thinking we need our own hall where we can just show off the glory of like certain people and whatnot who really, really deserve their shine, you know? So our hall is going to be the BFF Hall of Gamers or the BFF Hog, the HOG.
I thought it was Hall of Gonorrhea.
No.
I saw a hog. Okay.
The Hall of Gamers. So I think the first person, and I don't know if this is going to be how this is going to work, how the entries are going to happen, but all I know is right now, the inaugural member of the BFF Hog it's Josh Allen because he was real good.
Music here.
That play him in.
Makes me feel a lot better after that loss.
Yeah, that's and he does deserve it with all those stats and whatnot, but it was really the death stare look in his eyes that I think really did it for me. So Josh, sorry that you lost to the Chiefs again, but welcome to the Hog, buddy.
I'd say the Hog play of the day was the 4th and 9 or whatever, where he starts scrambling, fucking Frank Clark or somebody's coming after him, and he just like shrugs him off, and just like he was not going down under any circumstances.
Patrick was doing that too.
Patrick was twinkle toeing around our shitty lineman. Josh was running around from fucking Chris Jones the whole game.
Listen,
if we had Chris Jones, that game's a different game.
Chris Jones, another person who I think eventually will probably be a Hog member.
He's a member of the Hog squad.
But I think it was Tony Romo who was saying it all night about Josh Allen. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And Josh Allen he's got to get over that hump.
Dude, he fucking beat Patrick Mahomes. It's the defense at the end of the day, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Sean McDermott is nothing but an Andy Reid disciple. And Andy Reid fucking taught him everything he knows. Oh, you know a little bit about defense. But Andy Reid is your fucking dad, Sean McDermott. And I love Sean McDermott, but Andy Reid outcoaches him and out schemes him. You've had an entire year to prepare for this game again, and you cannot stop them one time. And you're the defensive coach, and you got the number 1 defense, and they fucking ate your lunch. It's just crazy.
So Andy Reid is Palpatine, and Sean McDermott is Kylo Ren, and he's like, "It was me talking to you the whole time. You did that because I taught you how to."
I think Sean McDermott would be Rey in that scenario.
Oh, okay.
I
see.
Because Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter, according to J.J. Abrams.
But Kylo Ren is trying to be Palpatine. Like he's trying to be the dark dude that he was,
I thought he was trying to be Darth Vader.
Pretty much, yeah.
Either way, I do agree that Josh Allen, like, he should have beat Patrick Mahomes. He did everything right in that scenario. So let's talk about the overtime rules real quick, because that game, just like you said, Austin, like Josh Allen did everything he should have done.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me that football, NFL, American football, would be a sudden death one drive scenario. That totally makes sense if the game is something where both sides are fighting over the same ball,
like basketball or something.
Yeah. Well, basketball's
Hockey.
not like that. It's just a certain time period, I think, in basketball.
No, but I'm saying, like, both sides have equal opportunity to score at the same time.
Yeah. So I would say hockey and soccer. So both of them makes total sense. Like, both teams have equal, they can both get to the ball. Whoever knocks it in, over. But football, that just doesn't make sense, because there's two sequences to it where both sides are doing something. It's literally how the overtime rules are right now. It's pretty much just the coin flip, which is stupid.
Yeah. Well, one of the commentators after the game said, everyone's like, oh yeah, just do college rules. But if you put the Bills and the Chiefs at the 20-yard line every single drive, just 20-yard line, 20, they'll score forever. But just keep moving it back.
They'd fuck up eventually.
And moving it back.
Well, I don't even think it should be just keep moving it back. I think it should just be like each team gets a kickoff and a drive. And like, if the first team scores a touchdown, the second team has a chance to replicate. And if you can't keep like that up, then it's done.
So you're saying just keep kicking it off,
Yeah. And like,
just play the game until it isn't matched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, why isn't it that? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, or at least, like, I get it, because obviously the scheduling of the games in regards to regular season, like TV time, has to do with it.
Yeah,
has something to do with it. It's not just like free reign. That is in the talks to get the games that don't go on forever when they're games that are meaningless. But if you change it for the playoffs and just keep it the same for the regular season, who gives a fuck regular season?
Jake, I would completely disagree with you there, unless there is like a live event happening after the game, which
like
there's
a Taylor Swift concert.
Huh?
Like a Taylor Swift concert.
I was thinking like the Grammys or something.
Oh, okay.
I think the fucking Grammys and Taylor Swift can hold their horses for NFL.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, Jake, Sunday Night Football, for example, all year this year when I was directing in Erie, if that game went into overtime and it ended at like, midnight or something, we started the news at midnight. So TV that late can work around that.
Yeah.
No, but okay. So you're telling me a regular season, again, playoffs, I get it. But regular season game, you got Texans playing the Falcons. You're gonna let overtime run into fucking young Sheldon? It's like,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Sounds so
when you got these, because more people watch Young Sheldon that will watch that game.
No,
so they're like,
dude, Young Sheldon is.
Are you serious?
Listen, if you love The Big Bang Theory, you'll love Young Sheldon.
There's no one watching fucking Young Sheldon.
Oh, I beg to fucking differ.
Everyone loves it.
Honestly, if you watch Young Sheldon, you can go fuck yourself.
Oh, I completely agree with that too. But Jake, you should look up the fucking viewing numbers for Young Sheldon right now, because I bet it's high.
It's not higher than an NFL game, you think?
Some NFL games.
Some NFL games.
It's not higher than the highest.
They should, honestly. All right, it's going to overtime. The ref listens to his ear. No, Young Sheldon, they will have higher viewership than the Lions.
Like, from the Bills Chiefs game peaked at like 50 million.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, see, that was Bills Chiefs, though. Amazing game. But if
that's what I'm saying. What is Young Sheldon's average?
So Young Sheldon, from its last episode in December, had 7.2 million viewers. Let's go least viewed NFL game 2021.
Honestly, as I sit here today, And this is
That's me. That's Sean Payton.
Oh,
yeah, we got to talk about that too.
yeah. So, this is only playoffs. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Here we go.
Is
These are
Young
the numbers I
Sheldon
like to see.
blowing it out of the water?
All right.
59 billion views.
So Young Sheldon was 7.2
Million?
Yeah.
million. Yes.
Are you in one episode?
Oh, okay. These are ages. These are age ranges. Here we go. So we'll try to do some quick mental math.
7.2 years old?
7.2 million viewers on Young Sheldon. Perfect. Here we go. 49ers versus Titans. Thursday night football
And it
had
was Thursday night.
had 7.9 million. Barely over Young Sheldon.
See, that's
Here we go.
nuts.
Dude,
Denver Cleveland game, week 15, 5.8 million views. So
Okay.
here's what I'm saying.
So-
You can't let those run into Young Sheldon.
but Jake, how many of these people were just watching the NFL game like, fuck, my team lost. I got to take a piss. They go, Young Sheldon starts and they count as the viewership.
I don't think Young Sheldon is actually after it, but I do think the Thursday night football one is very telling. What did you say the number for that was, Jake?
That one was 7. Okay, but these are the
7.
Thursday night footballs from week 18 going back to week 1. So it'd be week 16 was the last Thursday night football. So Thursday night 7.9 million, then
So it just
17.86. That was Chargers Kansas City.
Well, okay, listen. So 7.9 million for a Thursday night football game, which is only
49ers Titans.
slightly better than Young Sheldon. That is crazy for a day where
700,000
there's
more.
a day where there's only one football game. Young Sheldon beats that.
That
Or
makes me
almost beat
lose
that.
hope in America that there's that many people watching Young Sheldon.
Dude, any show on NBC,
Now,
ABC,
granted,
or
that was just
CBS,
the last episode of the season in December, so it was the finale. Brought a lot of viewers.
I don't even care, dude.
You
That
don't
is,
want to know how
that
Young
is
Sheldon wraps up his
disgruntling,
antics?
dude. Oh my god.
But all right,
That's
Let's-
scary that
let's
there's
stop
that many
talking
people.
about Young Sheldon. So next week we got some good ones. We got Chiefs, Bengals, and 49ers, Rams. I think 49ers, Rams is going to be anybody's game. It's just going to be like a real fist fight, I think.
Yeah.
One more Young Sheldon.
Okay.
Young Sheldon over doubles the Jets Falcons London game.
Okay.
That's also at like 4 a.m. here or
Yeah.
something.
But doubles.
Yeah.
That's
No, that's
crazy.
49ers, Rams, I think that's going to be a dogfight. Chiefs, Bengals, on the other hand, I get and I want the Bengals to win this, but I don't see it happening. I don't think the Bengals defense can keep up with the Chiefs offense.
The Chiefs that we saw against the Bills, if their offense goes like that, I'm telling you right now, the Bengals defense, the Bills had the number 1 defense, dude. The Bengals do not have an X factor who can break up that connection between Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes.
So like I said, I would like the Bengals to win. I think a Bengals Rams or a Bengals Niners would be sick, but I really cannot fathom the Chiefs losing to the Bengals.
And I know the Bengals just beat them at the end of the regular season, but my thing is, all right, it'll be a shootout. Joe Burrow's cooking. He's keeping up with Patrick Mahomes. All of a sudden, Chris Jones sacks him on like a 3rd and 10 that he needs. Next drive, Patrick Mahomes scores. Joe Burrow goes back out. Frank Clark, Melvin Ingram, Chris Jones, like they're teeing off. That. The Chiefs are built to play with a lead, their defense. Their corners are shit, but they got pass rushers.
Do you guys want to do picks real quick for these games, or do you just want to move on?
Yes, do picks.
Yeah, I'll pick 1 or 2.
So for the first one, I would say Chiefs win it like 34-28.
Yeah, I would say I'd probably go around the same thing. I'll go Chiefs. I'll go Chiefs 35, Bengals 33.
Oh,
I'll make it a close one. No, not even that close. Bengals 28. I can see them getting 4 tuts. But like a one at the end to make it seem
That's
better.
pretty
Than
good.
it is.
let's do. I think the Chiefs will win. Let's say 42.
Good Lord.
It's easy for the Chiefs.
Yeah. We'll say 42-24. 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
It'd be funny if the Bengals just beat the shit out of the Chiefs and we're a bunch of idiots.
I want to. I would love for the Bengals to win, but I just don't think.
No, exactly.
Like,
Me too.
That game was that literally, like you guys said, it was like a fucking Madden game.
Yeah.
It was exactly like the last Madden game Austin and I played. It was eerily similar.
Hunter and I played a game back and forth, unstoppable offenses. Get down to the final drive. I drive down the field. I score the touchdown. There's like 13 seconds left or something. And Hunter fucking hits a streak for
Jamar Chase right in the breadbasket into the end zone. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's fucked.
But
we still got.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So you guys just want to really quick. I'll cut it out, but can you just repeat the scores again so I can type it in?
I said 34-28 Chiefs.
I said 35-28 Chiefs. It's a good score.
All right, I'm gonna leave that in because that's kind of funny. 35. All right, good. We'll see.
So Niners, Rams, like I said, real horse apiece here. But I think Rams are gonna take it, and it's gonna be 21-17.
Man, this one's a tough one. I want to go 49ers, but I think, like, obviously Debo looked like he got the shit kicked out of him. Like, he was beating the fuck out of people, but he was bleeding, and he was.
Him and Fred Warner look like they're fucked up.
Trent Williams got hurt.
Yeah.
I think if the Niners were healthy, I think they'd win, but I think the Rams are too healthy. I think the Rams will win 31-24.
All right. Although the Rams won last week, I feel like the defense didn't play as good as they could have. And I feel like, especially just the look on Jalen Ramsey's face with that Mike Evans touchdown, I feel like the defense was still kind of pissed at the performance they played. So I think they're going to come back with a vengeance.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah,
saying Rams 32-14.
dude. Jalen Ramsey.
Nah, not even 32-11.
Wow.
Damn.
Jalen Ramsey is lucky that Matt Stafford clutched that, because if he didn't, he would have gotten so much fucking shit because he just really just let Mike Evans run right by him, and that should never happen.
One of my parlays, I hit on all the fucking things, and I just needed Mike Evans to have less than like 70 yards or something, and he was held in check the whole game until that fucking play, and it blew up my parlay.
Well, what did I tell you? Like 4 for 70, but they'd be important ones.
Yeah, it was just, what was Jalen doing? Like, he got torched.
It was
What
just
happened?
one play, though. One play, it happened.
Yeah.
But it was a play that could have cost them.
Oh, absolutely.
If it wasn't for that miraculous fucking bullshit.
Yeah. But besides what I picked, I think the most in the script thing to happen would be Bengals Rams. Because could you just imagine the storyline of like Matt Stafford, old man on a new team, first time in the fucking Super Bowl, here he comes, and then the young gun Joe Burrow back from an injury, blah blah blah. Just the Stafford Burrow storyline. Like, I can already see the graphics, you know.
Yeah, they're already getting pretty hard off of Joe Burr with the cool glasses after the game, smoking cigars. I'm starting to not like Joe Burrow, but I do still like him. But I really hate Patrick.
No. Here's the thing, because I think that Joe Burrow, although he's having fun right now, I like this little bit of fun because we didn't really get to see him much last season. But also in the interviews, he still is extremely respectful. It's never about him, but it's also like a genuine never about him. Like not like a cocky like this ain't about me. You know, all the other guys couldn't do without him. But it's like fuck you. But he's like genuinely like a straight dude.
I kind of agree with Austin here because I do like the Joe Cool and I like the swagger. I like the Jalen Ramsey types, the guys who talk the shit, they're confident. They talk the talk and walk the walk. But I will say, if Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl this year, it's definitely going to flip into like, okay, now I'm jealous of his success and I don't like him. So,
I mean, if you thought the Baker Mayfield commercials were absurd, wait till they get a hold of Joe Burrow.
I was actually thinking about this. It's interesting when you look at the people that have commercials. It's interesting that Josh Allen is as good as he is and is in almost no commercials. I haven't seen him in a commercial yet.
I mean, if he would have won, like he's in a lot of local commercials and shit around Buffalo, obviously, but like I don't think
Trevor Lawrence is in more commercials. He's won what, 2 games, 3 games?
Trevor Lawrence first overall pick. Same thing with, well, I guess Baker wasn't first overall.
Baker was first overall. Yeah. I think Baker literally deserves nothing like as far as these fucking commercials and shit that he gets. Like it's insane that he's getting State Farm and shit where Aaron Rodgers he's getting Allstate, isn't he?
I think
he's getting Hulu with live sports.
He's on a lot of fucking commercials.
Baker has like the personality for it though, and he feeds into it. And like, no matter what you think about the commercials, like I think he acts well in them.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just sick of seeing them so many times.
No, for sure. Those ones suck. But I will say the Aaron Rodgers rate Jeopardy commercial is actually really funny.
I like Aaron.
All right, who gets the Rodgers rate? Oh, you put me. I'm sorry. Ding, ding, ding. He's like, what the fuck? And he said, oh, me too. LOL. Oh, the LOL was nice.
Dude,
no,
I think the Baker one.
Ding, oh, fuck.
I think the Baker one where he's having a guy watch the stadium and he tells him the security code and it's just 6. I think that's pretty funny.
Hunter, I've seen that one 10 million times. Every single commercial. I
like it.
I hate it.
That's way better than both of the Trevor Lawrence Subway commercials.
The commercial I hate.
They're both trash.
We don't even have time for this guy.
The commercial I hate the most is the fucking Patrick Mahomes sneakerhead. Oh, Patrick Price.
No,
I have to hear that every fucking commercial.
See, that one is second worst. The first
the hype
is when he's in the gym, dude. He's like, wait, even Shreddy Betty gets the rate? And they do this like rhyme scheme. And then he's like, sorry, I got to go work out these feelings. And that's how the commercial ends. And you're like, what the fuck? Who wrote that? You need to get fired. Like,
so I don't know. I think the worst one is the Trevor Lawrence one, not the one where he's like his hair is blowing. I think that one's funny. The one I don't like with Trevor Lawrence is the one where they're talking about something. He like throws the flag and he's just like, didn't want to get the delay of game. And he's just like, he's a bad actor in it. Like, it's not good.
He's just a kid, dude. He's just a kid.
Either way, I don't know that Joe Burrow is right for national commercials because I don't think he is necessarily an actor.
Well, while we're still on the topic of these quarterbacks that we don't like in the commercials and whatnot, how about fucking Patrick Mahomes' wife or whatever after the game? She like pulls the champagne, just spraying it all over these fans. Like, oh, spraying it all over these fucking fans in this freezing cold weather.
Really?
And like,
you haven't seen that, Jake?
All these fans were pissed, and everyone's like, "Oh, imagine if like you threw a beer on somebody at a game, exactly you get kicked out of the fucking game for life." So she's doing that. Everyone's coming at her on Twitter, and then she tweets, "God, wish I could just do stuff I want to do without people coming at me," or something like that. And it's like, God, dude, I can't imagine having.
I don't know how that happened because Patrick Mahomes seems like a cool enough guy. And I don't know if it was just like, you're hot and I'm just gonna stick with you or what. But like at a certain
He's not
point,
even like.
at a certain point, you have to realize like I am an NFL quarterback. I could literally like anybody. It doesn't matter. I can find somebody who's hot and also has a good personality.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I think when they got married, great, nice girl. But he's on the field. Who's she in the stands with? Jackson Mahomes.
Jackson Mahomes.
And Travis Kelce's girlfriend.
But
I mean,
but who's making the scene?
Yeah.
She's absorbing, not even intentionally,
To be fair,
subconsciously
Jake,
absorbing the
champagne
TikTok.
thing- this champagne thing, Jackson didn't have anything to do with that. It was
Actually,
all
No, but
Hunter,
he's already infiltrated.
the
He's
video
just
was
absorbed
filmed
him.
by Jackson Mahomes.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
He's the one filming the video. He's probably like, do it. Like, come on.
Yeah,
dude.
He's like,
Jackson's
yo,
a scumbag.
pour
Nobody
it
likes
on
Jackson.
them.
Yeah. Dude.
But
He's just
in-
like a 12-year-old kid in like a grown man's body with like, it's just so annoying.
in
Is
the
he legitimately
video,
12?
no.
He's a grown ass man, I think. Like he's like
Oh,
20
okay.
something.
Well, then fuck
In
him.
the video where she's spritzing the champagne, like just her face, you can tell it is like a person that I would never want to like just like get to know.
Yeah.
Because
You wouldn't
she
want to
just
clean
seems-
out her butthole?
I wouldn't want to have a conversation with her because she just seems
Oh, wow.
awful.
Yeah.
And I love all the videos and pictures of Patrick Mahomes just like sad in restaurants, like next to them when they're having fun and stuff.
Well, and I mean, we'll still have her on the podcast. You know, if she wants to do an interview, please.
We should just
yeah.
have her on and then try to come at her a little
Reach
bit.
out.
Get a little
Yeah.
bit.
Spray some champagne on her
Yeah.
to the
Jake,
cast.
you should try and find that video because
Here,
it's
can I share my screen? Or no, it won't. Host disabled.
Do you have it up?
Yeah, I got it up.
Just copy and paste the link and put it in the document. I'll put it in post. This is gonna be a nice long episode, but I'm down for it. I don't got anything going on today.
Yeah, me neither.
is it? I feel like once we're done with this, we don't have much.
Here, I
We have all the
posted.
Twitterverse.
I pasted it below the HOG
Okay.
initiation.
Then have my little segment and then the game. Yeah, we got a good bit. It's not gonna be from some fucking Joe Rogan episode, but
Yeah, I'd like to be done by like 11:30.
that's the 3 hours.
Did you guys watch Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson?
No,
Nah.
I saw it trending on Twitter though.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Joe, do you know that alpha males actually? I don't know. That's just
Something.
from Jordan Peterson.
You don't like JP, dude?
I didn't say that.
He's on a
That
palm heat
honestly,
diet.
that wasn't a far off impersonation or impression, I should say.
You can brush that thing up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, coming from someone who has half-ass impressions, you know, that I can't do that.
Actually, it's alpha males. The girls don't want to have sex with them. That's how you know when you're a true alpha.
All right. We're getting a little out of hand here.
Isn't that
The
right, Joe
alpha,
Rogan?
the Jordan Peterson, the young Sheldon, we're really covering our
Hunter,
bases here.
Your Jordan Peterson impression is almost as good as Kevin James's Sean Payton impression.
Oh, my Jordan Peterson is better than Kevin James.
What
That
the
was
fuck
weird.
ever? Yeah, right. You never made a full-length feature movie off of that. But yeah, Sean Payton stepping away from the game. And a lot of people are saying that he fucking sank the ship down into an insurmountable debt. And then is like, you know what? I need to step away from the game. And he might like just go take a year or two off and let someone else deal with the fucking cap chaos.
He's gonna be done. He's not going anywhere.
Some people said that Jerry Jones has been wanting him to be the Cowboys head coach for like 15 years or something. And he's just waiting until he fucking quit his job. Did they fire Mike McCarthy? Or
They
is-
just did today, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
they did?
so-
I didn't see that.
Yep,
so
they
he
just did
waited
today.
until Sean Payton leaves the Saints, and then all of a sudden, you know what, Big Mike?
Because Sean Payton can retire, but for
Big
him
Mike,
to be
is that
on
what-
another team,
Big
they would
Mike?
have to trade for Sean Payton.
I don't know if they would. Is
They
he on?
would.
Nah, dude.
He's under contract for like 3 more years. They would
You
have
think-
to trade for him.
Dude, Jerry Jones will fucking trade for him. Jerry doesn't care.
I don't know.
Random question. It's quick,
Trading
quick
draft
yes or
assets
no.
for coaches is never a good idea. Sorry to say. If you look at the data and you look at the modules,
Hunter,
The,
you obviously got immersed in that episode.
I didn't watch it.
Whatever.
quick yes or no. Would crypto count for a team's cap?
Yeah.
No.
It would have to.
No, I don't think it does. Because like if you gave Odell like 20 Bitcoins or whatever, that's what you gave him. Like it doesn't matter if it fluctuates.
But I think because you would just finesse the system then and the richest team would have everybody.
Yeah.
They would find out. The NFL would find out if you're giving
Or maybe
someone-
like NFTs. Like the Patriots could mint a 1-of-1 NFT, make
Well,
Mac Jones the
yeah.
owner, and be like, hey, just so you know, this NFT is going to pay for your season.
because I think they're giving them the same amount of like USD. Like let's say Odell, obviously it's way more, but let's say he was making $10,000 and he said, I want half of that in Bitcoin. They were just getting $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. And then that's all that they had to worry about. It doesn't matter how it fluctuates.
But if there's a contract negotiation, they could possibly say like, hey, let's sign a 1 year, 2 Bitcoin deal.
wouldn't be
You
worth it.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, well, you got people taking their signing bonuses in crypto. It's only amount of time, you know?
Now you can't really trace Bitcoin, so this might be like a big loophole.
You can trace Bitcoin. That's the whole point, Austin. It's
See,
on the
I think
blockchain.
if you add a little bit more of like the Canadian,
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's okay.
boot?
Listen,
You have to say something about
See-
what the literature says.
Hunter, all you have to do is sign up for Skillshare.
I was reading about literature.
See, that one was
was-
much more spot on.
If you look at the literature, they have to say
That sounded
it.
like Yoda.
I think it is kind of a Yoda, dude. What if he's just based his whole persona off of being
Maybe I
wild?
could be an impressions coach.
Actually, racism doesn't exist.
But before we get too sidetracked, apparently Mike Garofalo says that TV networks have been circling around Sean Payton for a minute and
I think
that they're trying to suck him away.
No, I think he takes a break for a year and hangs out with the fam. And
He doesn't really seem like a family guy.
probably not as much as like Urban Meyer, but I bet he's a family guy.
Like Urban Meyer doesn't spend any time with his wife.
Did you see how many pictures he had on that table?
Oh my god, dude. That house is like a fucking dollhouse that he just leaves there year round while he's fucking flying around banging whores and bars.
It's all alleged.
Yeah.
But so Sean Payton stepping away. It's not official, but Tom Brady's saying some cryptic stuff as well, such as, you think you're gonna live forever? We're not. We think we're gonna play forever. We're not. So I don't know what like just bomb just went off in Tom Brady's head where he's having like this
Well, 'cause his-
existential dread and realized he's immortal. But,
His contract is up for renewal now.
oh, okay.
So, because there was a 2-year contract with the Bucks.
You have
he's
to pay
crunching
Tom
it out.
Brady.
But-
So yeah, I think he's just like, how much do I really now I have to go back into it. I'm not staying. So it's just like, and plus they have to be running out of money. They have to be. They've signed so many motherfuckers in the past 2 years. It's insane.
But
About
everybody's
to-
taking sick deals to keep the band together.
Yeah.
Fair.
They're gonna lose some people though. They're gonna lose Godwin, probably. Carlton
Yeah.
Davis, maybe.
Especially if Byron Leftwich is officially the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, because he's also bringing Larry Foote and the Bucks receiver coach to Jacksonville allegedly. And Trent Baalke fucking loves dudes with torn ACL.
Well, and
He drafted Marcus Latimer.
Wow.
and
That's,
you still got to think
that's interesting.
when Tom Brady first shows up, he's like, yo, let me run the fucking show. Like,
Yeah.
we're fucking up unless you let me take the sticks. It's not like that relationship is mended. Like, they still probably have disagreements.
Bruce Arians looks like he's been a dick. Like, he made Antonio Brown go crazy. He slapped that Mike Davis or Mike Edwards in the head. Dude,
Antonio Brown is crazy. And I feel like Bruce is just like, hey, don't do that. We're trying to win here.
yeah.
It's not like he like hit him hard.
He fucking
He like
slapped
slaps him in his
him,
brain.
man.
It's like, oh.
He didn't
In
kick a
fairness,
kicker, okay?
I've definitely, like, fucking Coach Grove used to whip me in the ear with the whistle.
Dude, I hated that shit.
Like, I don't
Look
know.
like
It's
a
just,
bunch of dancing bears.
but yeah, speaking of Antonio Brown,
Well, wait. Before
Yeah,
we
let's do
hop
Jake's
on to
game.
that. Yeah, so since we're talking about this Tom Brady leaving, it's really, when you put things into perspective on how long he's been in the NFL.
oh yeah.
So Tom Brady, the year that he was drafted, here's some things that were also going on. So
The
he
Twin
was
Towers?
Twin Towers, still a thing. That's a big one. So when Tom Brady was drafted, Breathe by Faith Hill was #1 song. Old song.
Is that the song that's like, just breathe?
Yeah.
Okay.
When Tom Brady was drafted, the first Scary Movie was released.
Wow.
Jeez.
When Tom Brady was drafted, Aqua Teen Hunger Force started airing.
Oh.
When Tom Brady was drafted, Takis were invented.
What?
I thought Takis had just been around forever.
When Tom Brady was drafted, Frankie Jonas, aka the Bonus Jonas, was born.
Wow.
That one doesn't hit me as
A
hard.
lot of these players he's playing with were born.
When Tom Brady was drafted, Harry Potter was just books.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
When Tom Brady was drafted, Nokia 3310 cell phone was the newest cell phone.
That's
And I'm going to put this underneath our picks at the very top of the games we had. That's what it was.
That's crazy, dude. You couldn't even Google shit when Tom Brady was
Here are
drafted.
the big ones. When Tom Brady was drafted, the newest Now CD, now that's what I call music, was Now 3. When Tom Brady was drafted, the first Sims was released.
Damn.
When Tom Brady was drafted, Majora's Mask was released. And when Tom Brady was drafted, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was released.
This man has lived 3 different NFL careers.
This dude has been in the NFL as long as Daniel Radcliffe has had an acting career.
That's crazy.
That's insane. That is fucking insane. So when people are like, I don't know, he might wait until a fucking Super Bowl. He's been in this shit forever. Like, he's been in it forever.
But Jake, when you've done something like that for that long, can you just set it down and then go to your
There had to
supermodel
be a
wife and
Deathly
your
Hollows
little
Part 2.
kids?
Okay? It had to end. Everything has to come to an end. Look at Big Ben. That had to come to an end. You think he
All
was
right,
waiting for
Jake,
a good
that-
ending?
That should have
Tom Brady
ended.
threw for 5,000 yards.
Yeah. Ben should have been out of the league 3 years ago. If he wasn't a legend in the city, he would have been gone. But Tom Brady's still playing at a high level. He just almost fucking brought the team back against the Rams, who are a super team.
All I
And
know
his
is
his
that
team's beat up. Like, he had no Tristan Wirfs, no Godwin, right? No Godwin, right? He's
no
snapped.
Godwin.
So
But yeah, so when you put it into perspective like that,
Yeah.
the iPod was not a thing. There was no anything.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that is
Yeah.
nuts.
But I've seen a lot of stuff saying he wants to step away for the wife and the kids and blah, 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 Giselle, blah, 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 the kids. But at the end of the day, Tom Brady's been saying for the past 3 years he wants to play till he's 45. He's only 44. You think Tom Brady's going to go out where he almost made this big comeback in a postseason game and then just like just, oh yeah, stand it. I feel like he's got to come back, just say, listen, guys, this is my last ride.
Maybe, but he
an
has to
entire
know,
season.
because if you look at last week's performance, and granted that's an isolated incident, every game is different, any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Those Bucks would have been smoked by the Bills and smoked by the Chiefs.
Probably, but they're not the same team that they were healthy. That's the thing about these games being 17 fucking games before you even get to the playoffs. No team is going to be even who they were originally. Like some of these teams, you build the best team in the world, and there's not a guarantee they're going to win because by the time it's week 17, you know, if the Bills didn't lose Tre'Davious White, I think we're still in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, and I mean, and you can kind of go the other way. If Derrick Henry was playing and not on fucking break, maybe he would have been able to do better, you know, versus Russ.
Derrick Henry never got hurt, he probably would have broken the rushing record.
He came back from that injury. This is like a remarkable timeline, how fast he came back. And he had a metal plate and screws in his foot and like played in that fucking game. Imagine the healthy Derrick Henry, like in the playoffs, fresh feet. But I mean, he might not be the same ever again. If his foot was snapped up that bad, they had to put a plate in there.
Here's my thing. You know, it's 2022. Why are we using screws? Cyborg foot.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is crazy, but not as crazy as Antonio Brown, who Austin nicely found out that Antonio Brown has his own translator, his own CTE translator on Twitter at Messenger Man 2 on Twitter. Go check him out. He's pretty funny. But anything that Antonio Brown tweets, he does his own little tweet as a translation where he says what Antonio Brown is actually thinking.
I saw one. So I found this originally. AB just posted a picture of him in a Ravens uniform flexing, and this account said, translation, sign me. I'm like, I click on this Twitter account. The bio says, I am the official messenger for Antonio Brown's translator, who studied 4 years at Harvard majoring in CTE language. My mission is to deliver you knowledge. It's like, what the fuck? And it's followed by Adam Schefter, the most like noteworthy reporter in the NFL.
That's interesting.
That's what blew my mind, was Adam Schefter follows this account.
He has a sense of humor.
I'm not a Schefter guy anymore.
Schefter must be pro CTE because he's following shit like this.
Schefter is the biggest quid pro quo for information guy around. He's been pumping out like fluff pieces on people who give him info and stuff.
Yeah.
Big scandal. Nobody else is going to care. But the Byron Leftwich news, it broke last night around like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Local Jags dude. He's not affiliated with the media, but he knows dudes like in the organization. I've sent you his tweets before. His name's E. Dilla. He broke the Leftwich news first, that he was the pick and that they're hiring him.
Yeah.
Today, Schefter comes out and he's like, actually, they're not 100% on him, and they're actually still trying to get Eberflus, actually. So rumor has it that Schefter was like kind of upset that he didn't get to break that story.
Yeah.
And there's also Trent Baalke like rumors floating around that Baalke doesn't want Leftwich, but he wants Eberflus so he can kind of still control things. So he leaked to Schefter that they're not 100 on Byron because Baalke is still trying to like hold on to the reins somehow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's very dysfunctional and crazy.
News is crazy, dude.
It's just weird that like if you like hear reports that your GM is trying to like self-sabotage the team so he can keep his job, like why would you keep that guy?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Aaron Rodgers talking about contracts. A lot of people, contracts are up. Not going to be the same Packers next year. We don't know where he'll be.
Maybe Broncos.
Maybe.
Supposedly in the talk.
But
don't know.
There's another tweet that says that Aaron Rodgers told people in confidence that wherever he ends up, he wants receivers Devontae Adams and Marquez Valdez-Scantling by his side.
Not Randall
So-
Cobb.
Not Randall Cobb, but not only would you have to sign Aaron Rodgers, but you'd have to sign Devontae. And Devontae already said that he wants to be the highest paid NFL wide receiver, which is like 31 something million a year. So you'd have to fucking make cap room for Rodgers and Devontae.
I think it'd be less of a headache for a team to acquire Deshaun Watson than Aaron Rodgers at this point.
Oh yeah, probably. It wouldn't be much of a headache at all to get Deshaun Watson. I feel like just get a couple picks.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
the legal system will work itself out.
the attention you're gonna get, like with Rodgers, you got to do all that shit, and he's talking to all these backdoor channels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, that picture of Aaron Rodgers, he is an old man. Like, to think that he is younger than Tom Brady is insane.
Yeah,
Some guys don't treat themselves too well, Jake. The
he's
boy-
living.
Yeah.
He's been drinking, 4 fingers of tequila, he says, or
Wow.
scotch or something.
Wow.
Tom Brady, he's only drinking avocado, wine or whatever.
That's what happens when you take care of your body.
that
That's what mom-
was good.
So the Giants' new GM is committed to building around Daniel Dimes.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a statement on that there aren't really any good QBs this year than
Now,
being happy with Daniel Dimes.
I took it another way, Hunter,
Oh,
because I've always liked Danny Dimes. I've always thought he's got the intangibles. They just need to build an offense around him. But this is Joe Schoen of former Buffalo Bills assistant GM. So I think he might see a little bit of Josh Allen and Danny Dimes, maybe a little potential in there. Get a couple,
listen,
get a couple star wide receivers.
I'm gonna shut it down right now. Danny Dimes is never going into the hog. Okay,
Yeah.
never.
Listen, I love Danny Dimes.
I don't really like Danny
It
Dimes.
goes like, yo, I gotta poop.
We
I have to poop.
could take a poop break.
Yeah, let's take a poop break and take him out for real.
No, let's
Okay,
power through.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Just wait.
So
I just gave him a carrot too. He's like, I can't
Um,
stop myself from eating a carrot. Now I extra gotta poop.
some coaching odds for the Giants. They've got Flores at plus 400, Dable at plus 500, Peterson plus 500. I don't know how that's going to go. Brandon Brooks retired. Congrats to him. Great career.
Great career, hell of a hoss.
Seems like the Dolphins are zeroing in on Brian Dable. Hopefully the Bills can keep up their high-powered offense without him. For Packers merch of the week, not super impressed with this one. Just some
I literally
Nike-
pulled it up while we were talking.
Jake, I'm not saying I'm unimpressed with you. I'm just saying
Oh,
I'm
okay.
impressed with the merch. I'm glad it's
I
in there.
see.
I'm glad we have it. But
Yeah.
compared to the Aaron Rodgers tiki head, like this is
I was
not-
hoping to find like a sad Aaron Rodgers tiki head.
yeah. But yeah, it's just some shoes. And for our listeners on Apple Music and SoundCloud, it's just literally some gray shoes with some Packers colors.
I mean, they look cool. Oh, shit, my laptop's gonna die. I gotta get my charger real quick. They look cool. I think maybe once my dad views this video, he might cop them. I could see that being a move.
I wonder how many sales our Packers merch of the week has landed.
Oh my god,
Probably
at least
a lot.
like
I mean, those
10.
only have 6 reviews. After this episode goes up, guarantee that goes up to at least 9.
Yeah. We should
And I mean, if
maybe,
that means we have to review it, then we'll do it.
we should cut up a compilation of our Packers merch of the week and send it to
Yeah.
Packers
Send
whoever.
it to Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, their PR people.
See, actually, I hope at the time that like maybe their marketing team is slacking off. So their like creative director is like, you guys are really not pulling sales. Look, even these guys are working harder than you fucks.
Yeah.
We have not been able to sell Packers Skull Flame hoodie at all. What the fuck is going on?
Nothing really going on in the jagging corner. Stalling in the head coach search. It's alleged that Leftwich is the choice. Nothing's official yet. I hope it is. That'd be cool. Don't know what the whoopsie is.
I put the whipsy on the Bills losing that game.
Oh, okay. Cool. But after the whoopsie, you know what it's time for.
Time.
Yeah.
for the fun game of the week. Today's fun game of the week is, I didn't change the title, but it's top 3
You guys are
fictional football entities. I'll just say people. Maybe that's a little easier to
What if I
understand.
had a team?
Fair. So top 3
What if I
fictional
don't?
football entities. Well, it's entities now. So this is any fictional football player, football coach, football team, football mascot, movies, TV show.
Kevin
comic
James
books, I
as Sean
guess.
Payton count or no? Because he's playing a real person.
He's playing a real person.
So I couldn't do.
He is playing. He's not playing a fictional person. He's playing a real person.
I
We're
couldn't
saying
do
fictional
the guy
football.
who played. I couldn't do the guy who played Chuck as Kurt Warner.
No,
Okay.
no. So those are real people. These are
Oh, yeah,
fictional
I
football.
don't have them either.
Yeah.
That
All right,
might mess
okay.
up one of my picks, but I
Well, you might have to switch. Well, this is the order from. No, this is this week's order. So Austin, you're gonna be first. I can put you last if you want.
now put me
I'm
first.
ready to.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Austin's first. So Austin, what's your number 3 fictional football entity?
All right, coming in at number 3, I'm gonna go with Terry Tate, Office linebacker. And I know we probably used him on a top commercials before,
Good one.
Think so.
I was in thinking of commercials. That's awesome.
but I'm
Yeah.
a really big fan of Terry Tate, Office linebacker, and I think he has some of the crunchiest hits ever seen on television. And that's a commercial that can only really be made pre-CTE knowledge.
That's
You know.
For sure.
Repick.
Because all those people in that office have CTE for sure.
You must have a good list, dude.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's a really good pick.
Yeah.
All right, so number 3 for my list is the classic Bobby Boucher from The Waterboy.
Bobby Boucher.
I'm so worried about my second pick. I think one of you guys are gonna take him.
I mean, nothing needs to be said about Bobby Boucher, but he loves football. He loves his mama. And yeah, he cares about hydration. I think that's really important.
And he loves Captain Insano.
But yeah, classic movie, The Waterboy. So Bobby Boucher is my number 3.
Okay. My number 3, kind of a dark horse pick. I don't think any of you guys are going to have him, but it's Kevin Costner as Sonny Weaver Jr., the GM of the Browns in the movie Draft Day, because he's just a good GM. He's a good dude. He does his job right. He really vets the guys at the top of the draft. They fleece the Jaguars in a trade on draft day, and they end up picking their guy that they wanted all along. So I didn't think it was going to be a good movie. It was an okay movie. So
Is that based on a true story?
no, I believe it's all fake.
That's crazy. Well, this next one that I have as my number 2 is super fake, but he's hilarious. And it's Hingle McCringleberry.
That's
Yeah.
wasn't even in my mind.
Yeah,
That's
Austin's
great.
pulling these out of like crevices that we aren't even thinking
Hingle.
about.
You're going with Hingle over X-Wing at Aloysiousness?
Well, the thing about X-Wing Aloysiousness is he never made any plays, but I did see Hingle McCringleberry score some tutters and celebrate. And that
What about
was,
What about Twerk Construction Noise Lewis?
yeah, I definitely like. I mean, there's definitely some funnier names. We're going off of a funny names list, but I'm talking about playmakers.
Sure.
McCringleberry, Celebration
awesome.
King.
It's a great pick.
All right, so my number 2, one of my favorite people in this movie, and that is Cheeseburger Eddie from The Longest Yard, Terry Crews.
It's a good one. I had Cheeseburger Eddie on my list, but don't worry, I got a backup for number 1.
See, I almost put Joey Diaz in that movie because all he needs is a can of corn. A can of corn, he'll be fine.
That was Joey
But,
Diaz's claim to fame.
All right. So am I next?
Yeah.
All right. This is the one that I was worried about. I should have put it at 3, but he is 2 on my list. I do enjoy him more than Sonny Weaver Jr. My number 2 is Cheeseburger Eddie.
Oh, no shit. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody was going to think of that.
No, dude, Cheeseburger Eddie's the best part of The Longest Yard. There are 2 good parts in The Longest Yard. Cheeseburger Eddie, any scene, and then at the end where Adam Sandler's walking off and he's like, he's getting out of here, kill him. And he's like, crew! Crew! Damn game ball.
Did you watch some Fandango clips or something before you came on here, Hunter? How'd you remember?
Oh, no, that's a classic scene.
Yeah.
I also love when the big hoss says, I broke a did your toy.
Yeah, I like the big hoss.
Yeah. So my number 2, Cheeseburger.
I broke
Eddie.
a did your toy.
All right. Number 1 on my list, you're gonna have to stretch your imagination a little bit because he is a real person, but he plays a fictitious football player from occasions. And his name is John Brinkus, ESPN Sports Science. And he has been known to put on the pads and helmet and just get absolutely crushed by gigantic hosses. For science.
John Brinkus, and this is Sports Science.
Yeah.
Julio Jones has the catch radius of a 2-door garage.
Yeah. Yeah. So John Brinkus.
I should put that name in there.
Yeah. I don't know how to spell John Brinkus, but I'll give it a shot.
All right. So my number 1, and I know at least one of our viewers will actually know who this is, but this character is just fucking wild and hilarious and unorthodox, or unorthodox. It's Coach Rick Weiss from Division III football.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
His catchphrase is "Get some, just go every time, so others may every time." And he snorts the protein powder. He's just fucking wild. And he makes that whole movie. That's Andy Dick in Division III Football Finest. If you've never seen the movie, just stop watching if you haven't already, and watch that shit.
Shitty movie.
The movie isn't good. The writing is ass, but it's supposed to be ass. And Andy Dick,
Andy
famously
Dick's
known for being a menace at the Edinburgh bar, but he just does quite a job on Coach Rick Weiss.
Jake, what is the story about the Edinburgh bar you're talking about?
At the hotel bar, there's a plaque on the wall with a framed piece of the Edinburgh newspaper or Erie newspaper.
Yeah.
And Andy Dick went to the hotel bar and was just being a drunk psycho menace, like screaming at people and like trying to start fights and shit, and then got kicked out.
I've seen many people do that at the hotel bar.
Yeah, but this is Coach Rick Weiss.
Yeah. And there's only 3 types of people in this world: dicks, pussies, and assholes.
That's a fact.
Great quote.
True. That is a great quote. All right. Am I up?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So my number 1, Jake had Bobby Boucher on his list. My number 1 is also from the same movie, but it is not the Waterboy Bobby Boucher. My number 1 fictional football character is Coach Klein from the Waterboy, because I just think he's so funny. Like, he's so bad. He just he can't, like, he gets emasculated by the other coach, and that's funny. But my favorite part, and like one of my favorite parts, my favorite lines in any movie, is when he's recruiting Bobby Boucher, and he's like, because his mom just told him football was the devil and like don't play football, whatever. And he's like, you know what, Bobby? My mom once told me to not get a tattoo of Roy Orbison on my butt. But you know what, Bobby? What mama doesn't know won't hurt her. And he just turns around and shows his butt, the tattoo. But yeah, Coach Klein's just very, very funny.
Maybe we'll have to do a commentary, like watch along of the Waterboy.
Dude, that'd be sweet. We should get into that. I think that's something that we would have to have like a Patreon for.
We could get a Twitch stream going.
I think that would get fucked too.
Maybe.
We got to have something where there's like a paywall, which doesn't
we
make
could
sense.
set, I wonder if you could set the Patreon for like either, because I would make a Patreon for either 69 cents or $100,000 a month. It's like
Yeah.
one or the, I don't want any in between.
Oh, you can't afford to watch our podcast? Well, too bad for you.
Like, listen, the content that we created with the watch along to Waterboy, but we'll do a watch along of the director's cut. So it's also the director commenting, and we're commenting on the movie and the director's commentary. It's like super meta, but still won't be as many viewers as Young Sheldon.
No,
No.
that's impossible.
Yeah.
I like the.
Maybe we get off of that clout and we just do a watch along of Young Sheldon and do our commentary.
If we could get Young Sheldon's fan base on board,
Yeah,
we
that's true.
cooking.
We might be able to get
Is-
him on the cast.
The guy in Waterboy, is he an assistant coach? The guy who's just like.
I
have no idea.
think he is. Farmer Fran.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just Farmer Fran.
He might be the offensive line coach.
Oh, we should have had a Seal Terre on here from the comebacks.
Oh yeah. ACL tear.
ACL tear, get out the coach.
It's a Seal Tyree, sir. That's right, ACL tear. Go out there and tear it up. Tear it up real good.
Rick and I saw that movie in the theater when it came out.
So funny. It is. It's hilarious. Did you laugh?
Maybe then because I was like 14.
Did you laugh more at that or Ocean's 8?
That.
Exactly.
But
Did
that-
you laugh more at that or the fucking Ghostbusters?
See,
Two,
Jake, you're
with the
just
ladies.
naming movies with primary lady casts.
No. 'Cause did you laugh more at that movie or Bridesmaids? Probably Bridesmaids.
It was Bridesmaids, yeah.
Exactly. So, it's not just all female casts, okay?
I'm gonna just put it
Did
out
you laugh
there
more
right
at that
now.
or Fun Mom Dinner?
Probably Fun Mom Dinner.
Yeah, because it was hysterically bad.
But Fun Mom Dinner, one of the moms has her own TV show now.
Whoa. Is
Yeah.
it Fun Mom Show?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay, good. As long as there's
That's,
the same
um,
level of poop jokes, then I'm in.
Oh
Oh,
man.
that was so funny.
Little
But-
diaper spray on the face. You know how it
Yeah.
goes.
First thing
Classic
Humphrey
comedy
says is,
writing.
I hate poop jokes. Then boom.
Yeah, classic.
But I mean, that's pretty much it for this one.
yeah.
Thanks for coming along on this journey. I hope you liked all our content and insight. Find us on YouTube where you found us. Find us on Instagram at Bro Football Focus. Find us on Twitter at Bro Football Focus with 1L. And until next time, episode 63, we'll see you later, I guess.